seeing you.
So listen, this is
Yes.
the time of the year that you pull into the gym,
Yeah.
and 2 weeks ago there was nobody in the parking lot, and now you can't get a spot.
Absolutely. You're
And
right.
everybody's, I'm going to lose
Yeah.
weight this year. We all make the resolution.
Yeah.
Some of us do.
Yeah.
Some of us lose the weight, don't keep
Yeah.
it off. How do we stay focused and make it a long journey?
Absolutely. You know, I say there are three things. First, there's mind, mouth, and muscle. So you have to start with the mind. So the fact that you're picking up a resolution is neat, but I usually say that weight loss is a poor goal. What you really want to say to yourself is that I will achieve a healthy weight and maintain it for the rest of my life, because we've all lost a few pounds and then pick it back up.
Right.
And it's because our focus is wrong. Your focus should be on the long term, and it's not just on a number on a scale. Your focus should be on the quality of life that you want to have. It should be dealing with, I want to live and get old with that special loved one. I want to be successful in my career. When your focus is right, then the habits fall in line, and it's the same with weight loss and in any other area in life. You start with the long term, and then you back up to the beginning, and then you work on those tiny actions.
So when you say the tiny actions, you're talking about the, and even from watching the show, when you
Yeah.
say, hey, by this date, I'd like to be here. But sometimes you get discouraged when you're not.
You do, and so that action is not small enough.
Right.
What I typically say is, what can you do every morning that will affect your life long term? So every morning, can you get up and have breakfast every morning? Absolutely. And so can you have a vegetable and an apple, or a vegetable and a fruit at each and every meal? It's those small action steps that lead to long-term success, and they've been how I've been able to maintain the weight, and how I'm able to teach others to do the same.
So is it ever still a struggle for you?
Well, of course, but then the good thing is when you have a habit, and I call them forever habits. When you have forever habits, habits that will last you forever, whenever there's a struggle, you just rely or fall back on the habits instead of what we typically seek. We typically seek some type of motivation, something that'll push us. You have to focus on developing the habits. And so that's why when the first of the year comes around, everybody makes this move to go into the gym, when really you should start at home. What do I want my life to look like? I've evaluated my life, and I've determined that, you know what? Health is important. I figured on a scale of 1 to 10 that to be healthy ranks somewhere around a 7, 8, or 9. And so that will allow me to change the daily things that I need to change to be long-term successful.
We see the guy behind you there. Look at that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I called him Big Sexy, all right?
Yeah.
And so I called him Big Sexy because it took a lot of work to maintain that big sexy figure.
Hang on, there you go. Look at it. Stand right there. There you go. Those are two different guys, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And so it's interesting because that guy, he had a long-term vision for his life. He had a long-term vision of helping others, but he had to do some daily actions on a daily day basis. I do 3 things at every meal. I have a fluid, a filler, and a feast at every meal. So I have a water or diet drink at every meal. I have a filler. I have a salad and vegetables at every meal. And then the feast is typically my protein. So those are the daily habits that I practice that allow me to maintain the weight loss for over 8 years.
So are you the kind of guy that follows like a little bit of a higher protein, lower carbohydrates? Do you do it all? I mean, what?
You know what?
Calorie watch? Because there's so many
yeah,
different ways to do it.
Absolutely, there are. It's what I call is your body has a personal daily fuel goal. So if you go over your daily fuel requirement, like a car, you will put on extra pounds. So you have to be aware of how much fuel you're putting in the body. That's absolutely essential. But again, it's a trickle-down effect. There's mind, mouth, and muscle. And so it starts with my mind. I'm aware. I have knowledge and information about what works best for me. What works best for me is not a lot of sugar, not a lot of carbohydrates, and then from there I implement that by what I eat, and then I work out to try to get really fit.
If people want to kind of follow what you've been doing and how to do it maybe your way, you have a book?
Absolutely, I sure do have a book. It's called Lose It Fast, Lose It Forever. You can find that information out at my website at PeteThomas.com.
And the book signing is coming up on Tuesday from 11 to noon. And that's right in Ann Arbor. All the details on the screen, and we'll get it up at myfoxdetroit.com. But yeah, good stuff to know. And thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it.
Good. Happy
Great
New
to
Year
see
to
you.
you.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.